Hey everybody, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I'm here to share with you guys a thank you card that I made using a background that I had in my stash made from a die set called Floral Diamond Shape Background Dies from inloveartshop, and I'll put a link in the description box below for a discount code, and using my new Artify alcohol markers, which I reviewed in the immediately preceding video, and I'll put a link to that video too. This is a set of 108 markers, great colors, really deep saturation, and I just wanted to show you guys what it was like to really color with these markers because I found that they were really great. Very comparable, but much more budget friendly than Copic markers, and I used a variety of these markers to blend and color up a few images from a really cute stamp set by Avery L. I think it's a retired set called Sea Babies. But first I'm going to just show you really briefly, this was the die that I used from In Love Arts, and I ran it through a whole bunch of different colored cardstocks. This was just a white, and this you see I've combined it with white, an aquamarine, a pale green, and that's what I came up with. So I'm going to show you guys the coloring of the Little Mermaid. This is the skin tones that I had in the 108 pack set. There's also a separate set of skin tones, which, you know, if you want skin tone colors, that's a great one to get. That's a color pack of 24, but these colors are in the 108 set that was sent to me for my review. So I decided I was going to try and give her kind of a Caucasian look with little rosy cheeks. So I'm going to list all of the colors that I used in my blog post, which I will link to below. But the skin color, I chose a Y900, a Y701, an Y811, and an R501. That's for the blush. And I kept her pretty pale, but there's lots of colors where I could have given her a darker color. Probably closer to matching my skin tone right now. I just came back from vacation in Mexico, so as you can see, my hands are really dark. But I wanted to keep her light, kind of just to go more easily with the background colors that I had used. And again, I'm picking out colors to color up her Little Mermaid outfit or suit with colors that I thought would coordinate with those background colors of the cardstock that I used. So I'm using some B colors. The two above here are kind of more traditional blue, and then the B502 is a little bit of a hint of green undertone to that because I thought that would go well again with that background cardstock that I used for the card front. So I'm blending out here. I have the darkest and then the mid-tone, and I'm pulling out the mid-tone to get to the highlighted areas with that B502. And I could have stopped right there probably and actually made her belly skin color, but I decided I was going to make her more modest and give her a full suit, not like a bikini and a tail. And then I realized I needed another color to add a little extra shading in her bodice area. So I tried to do it with one more layer of that B502, but I'm going to have to come back in with a fourth color, and that's that one right there, just to add a little bit more shading. I did find that these markers are super juicy. I don't know if that means my Copic markers are dry or if, you know, this is the norm, but I found that these markers are really juicy and the ink really gushes out of them. So I had to go with a lighter touch than normal. And here I'm just showing you some white highlighting that I added to the image after Copic coloring everything with a Signo white gel pen. And I think adding those kind of little touches can really add a lot to an image, making it seem more shiny. And by the way, I apologize for not putting in the hair coloring. I accidentally dropped a marker on top of the first mermaid I colored up. So I had to start over. So this is my second mermaid actually. So I somehow lost the footage of coloring up her hair, but Again, all of the colors that I used will be in my accompanying blog post. These are a couple more of the fishes that I decided I was going to add to the card. These are all part of that little mini stamp set from Avery Elle. And I decided I'm going to keep the fishes pretty simple and use a complementary color palette for them, kind of in oranges and yellows, which are complementary to the blue, green kind of colors. And I picked some colors that I thought would add some good dimension, while keeping them, you know, different but bright also to coordinate well with the little mermaid. And here I'm deciding to add a little shadowing. And then I decided I'm not sure what to do about the stripes on this fish. Then I decided, well, why don't I try like black stripes, kind of like in Nemo. And then I went a little overboard and then started coloring up all the little fins. And then I thought, oh, it looks weird to have just the black stripes and the black fin. Why don't I color up the tail and then the fin at the top and bottom of the fish? And then I decided, oh, looks really weird with just the orange. And that's one of the benefits of using alcohol markers. You can go right over top and it really is amazing. It covered up the orange completely on those fins and on the stripe. This little fish I decided to make a little brighter, more vibrant and orangey. So I'm using that Y715 to add that little boost of color. And sorry, I'm a little off frame here, but I'm just kind of blending in so that it's like a muted goldfish color, but with brighter pops of orange on the fins and on the tail. And here I'm adding those white highlight details again on the top of the fish, on the top of the tails. And on this one too, especially this one, because that warm gray 09 really blended the top fin with the stripes on this fish. So adding those little hints of white highlighting really helped a lot to give the dimension back to this fish. So when I decided I was going to put these fish on the card front, I realized some of them were too small to really stand out from that really busy background that I die cut. So I decided I was going to put the fish in bubbles. So off camera, I die cut some circles using a Diamond Dies circle nesting die set. And then I thought, I'm just going to add a little bit of dimension and layer this up. So the circle that's a little bit bigger on the bottom, I blended the Salty Ocean Distress ink, and the circle on the top that has the sentiment and the medium-sized fish will go right there at the top. The little fish and the smaller bubble that's also dimensional will go to the right. And then I put some double-sided foam adhesive behind the mermaid as well to make her pop up and stand up to the other bubbles. And the third fish, I decided I'm just going to line the card liner and add that to the lower right or lower left to add a little interest to the inside of the card. So that's my card making process. I hope you enjoyed it. I would highly recommend this really budget friendly alternative to Copic markers made by Artify. They're at a great sale price of $42.49 currently on Amazon, and I think they, so far for me, have been great. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful crafty day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.